All right, guys. This is the Chance and Nabe show. We're broadcasting live from Chance's mom's basement in Fort Worth, Texas.
Wayne's World in it.
Yeah. Number one podcast in Fort Worth, Texas. If you didn't know, we're trying to expand our horizons. That's why we're on Blab.
Yes. Yeah. He's Chance. I'm Nabe. I guess we can just dive right into this week.
Yeah. We have a little bit of follow-up to start off with because we talked a lot about Charlie Sheen, as I'm sure every podcast probably on the internet.
Well, okay, we broke it before it was like a confirmed story. We were talking about this just when it was like a rumor.
Yeah.
And we were reporting it as just reality. But yeah, he's been in the news just like every day. Somebody's coming forward, somebody's pissed off about like him not telling them about the HIV.
Yeah.
He
porn stars, and then one person who was like probably made a ton of amateur porn and been on the verge many times of doing like paid porn, Jenny McCarthy.
Yeah. Jenny, I feel like she's just always trying to get herself back in the news.
Anything she can do to get into. I don't know if it's just that she wants to be in the media so much or just everything she says so fucking stupid.
Yeah. I mean, she's the reason why people aren't fucking like vaccinating their kids.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, she's just pissed off that she was doing like she's, Frenching Charlie Sheen on the set of.
Apparently, they're like making out a lot. So she got a lot of flack because she came out and said she had to disclose the fact. And I kind of remember this being a story when it happened that she had cold sores really bad when she went on the show. And she had to like disclose all this stuff. And apparently, for all the love scenes and everything, women are forced to disclose all this stuff. Or I'm wondering if it's just women or if it's just the guest stars that come on there. Yeah. But on that show, it's such a piece of shit show. But it's just like Charlie Sheen is just banging all these women. So there's tons of women coming on the show.
Right. Every that was week, his character.
Like a woman. Yeah. And she was just making out with him. He's HIV positive. I mean, we all know you can't get HIV from making out with somebody.
Right.
But still, if you were in her position, wouldn't you want to know that? I mean, that's something I would want to know.
It's understandable. I mean, it's really not something you should say publicly, but it's what anyone would think. Like, like, oh shit, maybe I like had a little cut in my. You just start thinking of the worst case scenario.
Yeah, and it's like she has kids, and you are like with some other partner. It's not like you're just actually having sex with this person. I mean, maybe she was actually having sex with them, and that's really what the bottom line is.
Well, it's just like nobody cares what she's saying because there's people like he was just having unprotected sex with me for like a year and didn't tell me.
Or with lambskin condoms, which we learned last week do not prevent the spread of STDs or STIs.
Right.
What I think they call them STIs now, but
yeah, that or so says Brie Olson. But
yeah,
and I will take the porn star's word for that.
Yeah. But
yeah. And then there's a lot of like rumors coming out about Charlie Sheen saying that he had paid over $10 million to like keep this. He's been shook down for $10 million. There's a bunch of other lawsuits that are about to come out, and there's some accusations of some videos that are about to come out.
Supposedly he's doing some gay porn. Let's just
basically
not gay porn,
he's
but
doing
like
fellatio on men.
Like there's just an amateur video of him in a threesome.
When we talked about this earlier, I forgot to. But he smokes crack first, and then they do that.
Smoking crack is always like a prerequisite for a three-way with a tranny when you're not openly like homosexual.
I don't know. I don't know.
I think that's like getting out of line by saying that.
Oh, yeah. We're not supposed to say the T word, Chance.
Tranny?
That's like the new like retard.
Okay, transsexual. Sorry, I didn't know.
Transgender.
No, not all transgender and transsexual aren't the exact same thing.
Yeah, you're right. That shit, I don't know. Trans.
Yeah. Okay.
I saw an interview with I think it was Laverne Cox. It's just how she's just like people still just are like, "Go, hey, trainee!" Like that's just like saying the N word. It's like, all right, Laverne Cox. Like, well, okay.
You're making your whole living off the fact that you are a transsexual. But I mean, that's if they don't want to be called trannies, that's fine. I didn't know that was like taboo.
No, it is. I didn't know either till like recently.
Nothing against trannies, more something against Charlie Sheen and his crack smoking.
Yeah, crack smoking and fellatioing.
Yeah. So I think that probably gets us up to speed on everything that's happened with Charlie Sheen. We'll have like probably a murder-suicide update by next week, I imagine.
He's definitely gonna. Yeah, it's coming soon with the holidays coming up.
Yeah.
He's gonna just be sitting there like Emilio's banging on the door, just like, open up, Charlie, listen. We want to help you.
We love you. Why are you doing this?
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's a tough situation for the Estevez family.
Yeah,
That's what he gets for changing his name.
Yeah, just like don't be afraid
of
your Hispanic roots. Anyway, but so
speaking of maniacs,
came out, I think it was just today that it came out that Johnny Manziel has been on a 2-day at bare minimum alcohol fueled bender in Austin.
The bye week. Like that's his excuse. Like he's like, dude, bro, it's just like the weekend. I'm just trying to wind down, mind off football. The Browns are just like, God damn it.
Do you think they'll suspend him for this? So there's tons of video of him just straight up clubbing.
He's holding a bottle of Dom Perignon, like
fresh out of rehab.
Yeah, people are taking pictures of him, putting it on Instagram, like sipping Dom with Johnny, hashtag Johnny Manziel, hashtag Johnny Football. It's just another, he will be out of the NFL this year. I think he's a horrible quarterback to begin with. And
yeah, he's not good. He came out and tried to say the reason he was playing so bad is because he can't see over his offensive lineman. And it's like, well, yeah, that's kind of you have to be able to do that.
Yeah, sorry that we can't draft like 5'11" fucking offensive linemen
to fulfill our third string quarterback's needs.
Yeah, they didn't want to start him at all this year.
No, God, nobody wants to fucking start him.
The true reason why they would want to start him is because they need to lose every game and then go draft like a real quarterback.
Yeah,
the only reason they got him was they passed on him in the draft. He just kept falling and falling.
Yeah,
and they're just like, damn it, we have this other pick too. I guess we'll take Johnny Football.
I actually kind of thought he might translate into the professional game because he's just so crazy that he might be able to make it work. But
I never thought that.
If you can't make it work on the Browns, at least winning the starting position. I mean, you're never going to win there probably, but no matter what the situation is. But if you can't even win out to be the starting quarterback, hands down, without any question, then you're fucking not going to make it in the NFL.
Right. I wonder if it's true that Jerry Jones really had wrote his name on the draft card and tried to hand it in.
Yeah.
And that they were just like, no. And they stopped him. And they were like, let's take this guard who was an all-pro his rookie season. It's like, whew. Thank God we didn't let our GM make the pick.
It would have been nice to have had him for that 7-game losing streak. If for no other reason, they would have lost 7 games regardless. But if for no other reason than to just make it a little more interesting.
Okay. I don't find him interesting at all. Just him like getting sacked and like 100 times is interesting.
Well, just any small amount of success he has, I feel like it's exciting.
Huh.
I just liked I liked him in college a lot.
Oh, I just hated him so much because he's always running around doing the money thing, and I've never been a Johnny Football. I just hate the Aggies so much too.
Yeah.
That, I just hope for them all to fail. And they all pretty much do when they go into professional sports.
Yeah, that's true.
Isn't DeAndre Jordan an Aggie?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that's both of them. Kiss my ass.
That must have been like the one season that they actually did really well in the tournament was probably when DeAndre Jordan played college there.
Yeah, possibly. Who knows? But
yeah.
But yeah, Johnny Football, do you think he'll be like pulling a Charlie Sheen?
I think he's going to be addicted to hardcore
prostitutes,
drugs. Yes,
drugs.
Yeah. Okay. He's going to straight up pull a Charlie Sheen, but except he's not going to have the income to pay all the people off, so it'll all just start coming out.
Well, he can't maintain it for Charlie Sheen's been living this like crazy like prostitutes, drugs lifestyle for almost like a decade.
Yeah.
And Johnny Manziel, I think, could do it a year with probably his football money.
Yeah. How much money do you think he's making? Do you know?
The rookie contract for where he went, he probably has made about
Probably about $6 or $7 million since he's been in the league, right?
I think he probably has maybe made like up to with endorsements and everything.
Well, yeah.
Maybe he has $10 million to his name, you know.
Well, he's probably earned that much. I bet he doesn't have a whole lot of that left because he rolls with a big fucking entourage.
Yeah, I'm guaranteeing you he's just blowing it just as he gets it. It's just coming in and going out.
Yeah, there's no like say he doesn't have a financial.
He's probably opening some like car washes.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. He will go broke. He will go broke for sure.
Yeah, there's no doubt he's going broke.
I don't know what the fuck he's gonna do after his short ass NFL career. I mean, I guess he'll probably own a couple clubs.
He'll do club appearances.
Yeah,
like,
he'll be able to do that,
but not even in Vegas. I'm talking like probably like Reno.
He'll go to like Ohio and
like Windstar, Oklahoma.
Yeah,
like he's like it's gonna be doing the casino like club circuit.
Yeah, for sure. What other celebs are out there right now that you think are gonna go down the same Charlie Sheen route?
Well, Lamar Odom has already done that.
Okay, yeah, Lamar Odom is a good example. I see that they're claiming they still might actually press charges on him. It's like quite a pile on.
He has like brain damage.
No, it's just like I think he's learned his lesson. He doesn't like really need to be punished by society at this point. Supposedly he doesn't even know who he is.
Yeah. Poor guy.
Shia LaBeouf is going down that road
easily. Yeah, him.
Did you read any of the stuff about the little art project that he just did?
I'm tired of it. Where he watched all his own movies
for like 56 straight hours in the theater.
Yeah.
Never spoke, never slept.
Yeah, well, I don't understand. Was that for comedy or?
No, it's the same art project that like he teams up with these artists that are like performance art, I guess, people.
Ugh.
I guess it's in New York. I'm not sure. Maybe it's in LA. But you would think it would be New York because it's performance art. But
yeah,
it's the same people that did the thing where he sat in a box and he like invited people from the public to come in and insult him or just like talk to him. And they had to like stop it because people were like trying to rape him and like touch his genitals and stuff.
Oh man, that's great. No, I haven't seen that one. I'd watch that. I care less about him watching his crappy movies, but
yeah,
he's probably really embarrassed after he watched like Transformers and
probably
the Indiana Jones movie. He turned to shit.
I don't think I ever even saw that one, but I saw that the new Indiana Jones movie. They said they're not going to recast it, so he's going to be cast in. They're going to try to cast him in that fucking movie until the studio's just like, no fucking way, no way the studio's going to allow him to be in that movie.
No. There's no way Harrison Ford's going to be involved with that. He's definitely just like finishing out his life on these like last two Star Wars movies.
Yeah, he's like almost 80 years old, isn't he? He's in his 70s.
Yeah, I wish we could have hung out with him in Fort Worth. I saw him at Salsa Limon getting some tacos.
I don't even know.
So one of the workers like took a picture. I was like, "Yep, just made Harrison Ford's tacos." I was like, "God damn it!" he was in Fort Worth for a long time, like working with a Bell Helicopter. He's like getting licensed and like, I guess just like looking at probably buying like a $20 million helicopter or something, you know.
He had a pretty bizarre appearance on Jimmy Kimmel. Did you see any of that when he came out in the hot dog suit?
No.
He came out dressed like in a hot dog, like the gaseous wiener suit, basically.
Oh, awesome.
And just fumbled around and was just real fucking weird and just clearly intoxicated because, you know, Jimmy Kimmel has the big bar backstage where they have to like eventually cut everybody off, but you probably don't cut Harrison Ford off. Like, he wants another fucking whiskey and on the rocks.
Do you remember the time, this is totally off topic, when we had the hot dog suit?
Yeah.
And we dressed, our friend Trevor Fulver dressed up in the hot dog suit, and we were obsessed with Conan O'Brien, all of us were.
Yeah.
And he had a skit where the gaseous wiener is just this hot dog that would come in and be like, da-na-na-na-na, da-na-na-na-na, and just the hot dog was just like farting to like some music basically, and we found it hilarious. Well, we got a hot dog suit for a friend, and then we went up to the Albertsons on over by his house, and he went in and was like, we went to the hot dog aisle. He just started like getting the hot dogs, but hey, would you like to buy some wieners to the customer?
Yeah.
The managers came in like physically threw us out,
and then we just went to the end of like the driveway. And he just like danced for all the cars that were like coming into the Kroger or whatever the fuck that was.
Then we went to Blockbuster.
Yeah.
Back when there was a Blockbuster, and he ran out and they like chased him out So I thought he stole something, and they're just like, "Oh, you didn't steal anything. You're just an idiot."
Yeah,
a great night. Then
yeah.
I think we went home and watched Pulp Fiction 10 times.
Probably, yeah. And then he like beat the hell out of those little poodles.
I was never involved in that.
Puts the fucking. I remember one time he put the stun gun on. They're the meanest. We don't advocate like animal abuse, and neither does he. He's like a huge animal lover, but for whatever reason, he is abusive to these dogs. He put the stun gun on one of the poodles.
Oh God! Oh Jesus Christ! No, I've never heard that, or nor was I there for that.
That might have been the year before we went to middle school, like before you met him. But
yeah, hopefully, yeah. No, I definitely was not involved in that one.
We would just like listen to Howard Stern on the local radio at that time, which was so irresponsible of all the people supposed to be watching us.
Yeah, I was a big Stern fan in like 7th and 8th grade.
Yeah. But anyway, so Shia LaBeouf, he's probably going down that same road. The performance art, I would almost, if it was between, if your kid was going to be like a performance artist or like a Charlie Sheen.
Charlie Sheen.
Yeah, Charlie Sheen over Shia LaBeouf's performance art 100% of the time.
Yeah, no, I would not be supportive of my son being like a performance artist.
And supposedly this is supposed to be like a demonstration against celebrity. And that's well, James Franco wrote this huge letter about it, and he's like, I don't know Shia LaBeouf. I like haven't talked to him, but people are hating on him, and really what's going on with them is all this plagiarism and everything has been like a big public performance art piece that he's been doing.
Shut up, James Franco.
Getting into the mix, yeah.
Well, I think James Franco's Kennedy thing might have dropped on Amazon
already.
I think they were.
I thought it was Hulu.
Or I mean, on Hulu. I'd heard. No, wait, maybe that was just the actual day of it. The title of it was 11/22.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Never mind. Yeah. I was getting excited there for some new James Franco to talk shit about.
Did you read any of the piece that Ted Cruz just wrote about Kennedy?
No, God like, damn it! What did he say?
He's like writing like good things about him, but I think it's because I'm just making an assumption that Ted Cruz is Catholic, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure that it's like the one liberal president that all the Catholic Republicans can get behind is Kennedy, because he's the only non-Protestant president we've ever had.
Right. Yeah. He which is weird too. A lot of libertarians really like him. They're like, Kennedy was our like last real president. That's what everybody always says.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just because he got assassinated. That's why they say it, or what.
Yeah. But they also try to pull that, like, if he was around today, he would really like be a conservative. It was just like that time period that forced him to be that.
No.
Yeah. He'd just be all of a sudden cool with discrimination.
Yeah.
For some reason, he was like alive today.
No, I know I risked my life over this Civil Rights Act, but we need to get rid of these Mexicans. Like,
right.
No, he would definitely be like hanging out with Bill Clinton.
Yeah. You're making like $10 billion for every speaking engagement around the world.
Yeah.
But I saw today Greg Abbott had to come out, just kind of tying up loose ends from all the ISIS and Syrian refugee talk we did last week. Greg Abbott had to come out and his team basically admit that they caught that 8 Syrian refugees coming across the border, that whole thing was a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah, he was just like fucking sharing like Alex Jones stories on his fucking Facebook account. You can't do that when you're the governor. I don't care if you're in a wheelchair or not.
Yeah.
It's bullshit. Like, you gotta like check your sources like before you hit the share button.
Yeah, and it turns out what actually happened was like a family of Syrian refugees somehow got into Mexico and then just went to the border patrol agents and turned themselves in seeking political asylum as refugees. Exactly what you're supposed to do.
Exactly what you're supposed to do.
Just happens that Texas happens to be on the border of Mexico, so where the fuck else were they going to go besides Texas?
Yeah. I guess people just want them to like wash up on the shore or something. Who knows?
I saw the Greek border patrol fucking try to sink one of their boats.
That's pretty sad. That's terrifying. The ocean just scares me in general. I have a fear of the ocean.
Well, fuck yeah, especially when you're like coming across on like 100 people on a fishing boat, basically.
Oh, those like little rafts that you need to have like 3 people on it, and they got it like 25.
I don't even understand at all how they come from Cuba on those rafts. How do they not all just like wash out to the ocean? How the fuck do they know how to like navigate that water on a raft all the way like to the United States?
I think I don't know. The baseball players are really good at it. Yes, they're strong and they can like row fast. Like,
have to get our foot on that ground.
Yes. No, I don't know how they do it. I know the Haitian ones don't. It's very rare they make it.
No, God, so many, and there's probably so many that nobody ever even knows about. That the boat just sinks and they all fucking just get eaten by fish after they're dead, and nobody ever fucking knows what happened to them.
Yeah, I guarantee you, a lot of the sharks are well fed in those waters.
Yeah,
which is kind of sad.
It's very sad. We're just spitballing here, trying to come up with an hour's worth of material if we can. There wasn't a lot of material between last Wednesday and today.
Well, I mean, it's Thanksgiving week. Let's dive into a little Thanksgiving talk.
Yeah.
One thing I want to know, and this is like really important. What's your worst Thanksgiving food? Like, what's the one you see on the table? You're just like, barf. I don't want to eat that shit.
Any type of casserole that has a vegetable in it, like a green bean casserole.
Green bean casserole is horrible. Your mom makes a wicked sweet broccoli and cheese.
You're fucking obsessed with the broccoli cheese casserole. I like that too, and even if I didn't, I have to pretend like I like it. But
well, it's funny. My wife like was buying the ingredients, and I was like, that ain't how Chance's mom makes it. You got to have like, the cream of mushroom and then the extra like garlic cream of mushroom. That's her secret.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I can't remember. You're right. So then she was probably just like, fuck you. I'll make this broccoli cheese casserole how I want.
Yeah. Didn't your dad, back when you were younger, make you go like feed homeless people on Thanksgiving?
I did that
on punishment or something?
Not a punishment. No, it was just kind of like on Christmas, kind of like like thankful for what you have.
Yeah.
No, that was real like life changing. That was on Christmas Day though. Just driving around downtown. The streets it's like a ghost town except for like the homeless people. Like half of them are like so crazy you can't even like come near them.
Yeah.
And then the other half are just really like just down on their luck, like just crying because it's Christmas and they're homeless.
Yeah.
And they're just like, thank you. And the other half are just like spraying you with bug spray.
They think like you're an alien that's affected them or something. Yeah.
Yeah. It's one or the other.
So you didn't go to the actual homeless shelter. You just went and just handed out like your mom's leftovers.
No, I went this not the leftovers. This restaurant called Fred's Cafe. You know Fred's.
Yeah.
They did it. Because back then that's where all the homeless people were, is that area of downtown, which is now the nice area. Now that there's just one street in downtown Fort Worth with all the homeless people.
I was talking with your dad actually about that because I went over to hung out. Me and my wife went and hung out with your parents. You and your wife didn't even come. It was just us two hanging out with your parents. And we all went to Kincaid's Burgers, and he was like getting nostalgic about the days back when that was like all like real rundown and crappy over there where Fred's was, because we were talking about Rodeo Goat, and he was like, yeah, it's fucking just like too expensive everywhere over there. And Fred's is like, he said he doesn't even go to Fred's anymore because they've jacked their fucking prices up so much.
Oh, it's so expensive. It's crazy to think that's where all the homeless people used to stay. Now the nice part of Fort Worth. But we went. They had this thing where they would make up plates of food, like it would be turkey dressing, green beans, and mashed potatoes, and like a hot plate. And they'd be like, all right, here's like 30 plates of food. Go like find like 30 homeless people, and you just drive around and give them out till you were done. And then, it was a pretty cool deal. He did it every year, but I don't think they do it anymore. And it's for some like weird reason. I think like you're really not supposed to hand out like food to homeless people anymore.
Yeah, it's just because the city like probably makes you do like an extra fucking health, and it's like it has to do with the health inspection, and you can't give out food if you're not a licensed, health like food worker or something.
Right.
It's fucking so stupid.
Yeah, it is stupid, but that I always like to help out on Thanksgiving. I got a little charity thing going on right now. We're trying to help out it's this woman's shelter in Fort Worth this guy like we went to school with, this weird situation. I've been talking to him for like a couple of weeks about like doing something, and we kind of came across the Safe Haven Fort Worth Women's Shelter, and they're just like, I called them and they're just like, man, we need like everything. We don't have anything. It's like, holy shit. And they just have like, there's like 30 women there, just all like, just battered women basically. And there's like 50 kids there. So it's real sad. But yeah, we're trying to raise some stuff for that.
Yeah.
So that hopefully do a little charitable work.
Yeah.
The little holiday season.
Well, good luck with that. No, I'd be happy to help.
Yeah. No,
especially
I'll throw a link
publicity.
Up. I'll throw a link up on our page, but no, let's get back to happy talk. Now we're getting depressed thinking about that. So talking about like the good food we're gonna eat. Have you've never like hosted a Thanksgiving or anything?
I'm trying to think if I have. I can't remember a time that I ever hosted a Thanksgiving. No, because I tons of Thanksgivings I just never even came home for. Like when I lived in Austin, I didn't come home, and I don't think I ever came home for a Thanksgiving when I lived in Oklahoma City. So we would just always kind of do our own thing. My wife would like cook like a tofurkey or some shit, like potatoes and gravy.
Oh yeah, that.
Are you guys host them?
We pretty much do the hosting for like her family, because my wife's like by far the best cook out of anyone in her family, like by a long shot. So
yeah.
So she pretty much, we want her to do the cooking.
And was it last Thanksgiving that Shane came into town? Shane Torres, and like he just told me like he came over to your house and like ate a whole bunch of food that your wife cooked.
Oh no, that was one day. It might have as well have been Thanksgiving. That was like his last like comedy show here. He came in and we had just like been grilled out some meat and stuff, and she had like made like potato salad and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And we threw down on some like heavy eatings.
Yeah.
But my wife like cooks really good. That's definitely a plus in marriage. If your wife can like just cook like real good, you're just like, yes.
Yeah.
This is definitely good. But no, you said you were saying casseroles you're not a fan of. Mine is cranberry sauce.
It just grosses you out, like it comes straight out of the can.
Yeah. No one likes it. There's always just like one person that's like gets a little, you throw it all away. Like I'd say the majority of the cranberry sauce in America gets thrown away.
My theory is that you just put it out like when your grandma cooks the turkey and like she fucks it up and it's too dry. It's not edible without some piece of moisture on it.
My great grandma used to do the turkey every year for our family, and she would just put it in the oven and like pull it out when it was done. And it was like, you would have to get like a full glass of tea to like wash this motherfucker down. It was the worst turkey ever.
Oh, like she didn't like baste it or anything.
Yeah, right. We had to like take like the turkey cooking privileges away from her at some point.
Yeah.
Just be like, no, Mimi, you can't cook this turkey. This is not working out good. But I definitely I'm real into like dressing. I like it a lot. That's like the one time of year you can actually like bust it out and eat it.
Yeah. And do you actually make the dressing? What do you make? I know
my wife does. She like makes everything.
You don't make any casseroles. So you used to like make like deviled eggs or something.
Like I make the deviled eggs. I make like I'll do the deviled eggs, and I'll make like a buttermilk pie that I do, and I'll make some like banana pudding that I got this recipe from our friend Josh McClatchy.
Oh yeah.
It's really like a Paula Deen recipe, but it's the best fucking banana pudding ever.
Are you guys gonna hit up any Black Friday shit this year?
My wife was just talking about it when I was walking out the door to come here. I was like, yeah, I guess. There's like a comforter she wants, basically.
Yeah. From where? Walmart?
No.
It has to be some shitty place.
Like Kohl's or something,
okay.
I would say.
Yeah. Like a highway clothing store.
Yeah. It Black Friday's the worst. We've been there, done that. There's nothing I need to get like that bad.
My wife, when I first met her, was working at a Starbucks in the fucking outlet mall in San Marcos. And for Black Friday, they had to be there at 2:00 in the morning because like stores would start opening at like 2:30. And everyone that worked there had to work on Thanksgiving and on Black Friday. The fucking shit was open there.
Ugh, that's ridiculous.
Just the worst part of capitalism. It can be seen. I do love like watching the videos of like the old ladies getting run over and shit. Like it's a
or people fighting over somebody tried to steal my TV one year. I bought a TV. I think I bought it for like my mom or something, and this was goddamn like probably when my son's like a year old.
Yeah,
and I was like, oh, I'm gonna get my mom this TV. It's like $100. And I went and got it, and this dude tried to like take it out of my basket. And I was like, "Oh, what are you doing, motherfucker? Like, put my TV back." Whoop
Did
your
you
ass.
really say that?
I was just like, no. I was just like, "What are you doing?" Like, hold my TV. Like, stop! Leave it alone. That's mine. I would have given it to him if he had just like kept on
shown a lot of force. Like, yeah.
Then he just like he ran off, like ran to the. So they were bringing them out in pallets, and people were just like going crazy, like jumping on them and stuff. I was like, damn. It was. This is so long ago. It was before like flat screens. So it's like real heavy.
Yeah.
So that's why he couldn't like steal it from me.
Yeah.
It was like one of those big like box TVs, the real heavy ones, but the screen was actually like flat.
Was it the one that you had forever? That same one?
No, that one. Are you talking about the big screen?
The
I had
big huge one that was just like
no,
kind of
I
like the
bought
one that I had.
I bought that. My grandma gave me like $1,000 when me and my wife got married. That's like our wedding gift. And I went and bought that TV. It was like $999. I just went and bought that big screen TV.
And it like immediately was like replaced by flat screens in the store.
No, it was up to date for a few years, I would say. It's never. I don't know. It was just it sucked because I would move and stuff and had to move that big bastard.
Yeah. I've never done a Black Friday. I've always kind of wanted to just go see, but there's nothing I fucking want bad enough ever to do that.
Yeah, you're just like, oh, I'm gonna get up on like 2:00 in the morning on the day after Thanksgiving to save $10 on that Mickey Mouse or whatever.
Yeah. That's what a lot of people do is they get their big Christmas gifts for their kids and shit on that day.
Your son's like real into Mickey Mouse right now. I know Walmart has like a life size like Mickey Mouse.
No, he's not getting that.
Me and my wife are getting that for him. just to make up for that horse you bought my son.
I'm pretty sure you guys just threw that right in the trash though, didn't you?
No,
that was kind of somewhat of a gag gift.
No, we had it for like years. He's like riding it and stuff. Is that like a life size?
It was like the size of an actual horse. Yeah. I remember I also got him like a card that year where it was like a muscle man, like a naked guy in it. You open it, you're like so embarrassed. Like, I know your parents wouldn't care, but like your wife's parents and family were all right there. You just like pretended like you didn't see it and just like stuck it down at the bottom of the pile.
No, then one year you put in like some permanent markers, like a razor blade or something.
No, just permanent markers.
I've been like waiting. I'm gonna get your son a BB gun, like loaded up, so he can directly start shooting it before you take it away from him.
Oh man! But what are you guys doing for Thanksgiving this year? You're just like hanging out.
Yeah, just eating.
Your wife's hosting.
Yeah, we're like her parents and brother are coming over like Friday, and my parents are coming over Saturday. I think actual Thanksgiving we're just gonna go over to her friend's house.
Yeah,
do their family's thing.
Ashley.
Yeah. We're doing that, doing a little grubbing, doing our thing.
We need to get into some stream with us. Stop bullshitting. So we have
Thanksgiving talk I thought was going to be so much more interesting. Like talking about like cranberry sauce. The reason I think that's because I went on the Food Network like bender the last couple of days. I've just been watching like Bobby Flay make these fucking badass turkeys. It's just so interesting.
Yeah. I've always wanted to fry a turkey.
I've done that, or I've taken one out for somebody. Basically, it's not that good. It is pretty good though.
Okay, episode 3, Master of None. We got a voice memo from Brooke Aslan. Here it is.
Don't be too quick to dismiss that turtle. Everybody wants to know what he's up to. That's the best line of the show, this episode. The friend that reminds me of Trevor. See ya.
Okay, Trevor Fulver getting double shout outs on this episode.
Yeah, the one of the supporting actors reminds us of an old friend of ours that we just talked about with the gaseous wiener soup. But no, episode 3, Master of None, great. Still best show on television. I'm calling it. I've seen a lot of people too, like, are jumping in on this show. Like, I've seen a lot of like social media talk and like, hey, I just watched Master of None. It's fucking great. But no, this episode was good. It was just him.
He got some free concert tickets.
But they were like really good to like this. It was like a secret.
It was
show.
a secret show, and he got free tickies, as he calls them. Like, I got these 2 tickies,
just like his Parks and Rec shit.
Yeah,
cheeky cheeky par with apps and zerts. Hey, you want to go to dinner with me? Are there going to be apps and zerts?
Yeah, he has like a shorthand for everything on that show.
but no, he got 2 tickies for a secret show, and he's like trying to decide who to take. It's the funniest because then they start what are they watching?
They're watching Sherlock on Netflix. I wanted to bring that up. So what do you think about that? Like 4 friends in their 30s or late 20s getting around and like binge watching TV together.
Man, it's like,
I mean, that didn't exist. You can't. None of the people in the show are married or anything, so it would make more sense if you were just like a single person, I imagine. But
yeah, I don't know. I mean, we probably would have done that had we had next. I mean, I don't know. We're as old as Aziz is, but
yeah.
So now, like, we have kids. I guess if we were like single, we would probably do that.
Because I think it would be kind of weird if like we were just hanging out and we're just like, hey, let's just like pop on some Netflix. Like,
yeah, I could we could watch a movie. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, but like binge watching like Sherlock, because binge watching it's basically like when you do it, even when you do it with like your spouse, it's kind of like a game. Like, all right, who's gonna break first? Like,
yeah,
we're gonna watch maybe 6 or 7 episodes.
I just like when they're binge watching it. The Asian guy, I was wrong. The Asian guy wasn't just in episode 2. He is an Asian in Asian 3, episode 3 also. And he's just like, Sherlock is my new favorite show. It's like, you fucking say that every time we find a new show. You think like you can identify with all the characters on there. But so the girl he asked to go to the concert with him is just this bartender waitress at this restaurant he likes to eat at in New York City. And she said she initially agrees, and she said she's gonna call him back and let him know for sure, like if she can go. And then she never calls him back,
right?
Until like right before it happens.
Is he going through his Instagram trying to find like people to take? Is that what he was doing?
No, he's just going through. No, he catches her on Instagram. He's like, I know she, because Eric from Tim and Eric, whose name I can't remember, who's the big Trevor guy on the show, is just discussing with him like maybe something like really bad happened to her and she can't get back to her. And he's like, no, fucking, I saw her post a video of her on Instagram popping bubble wrap. 53 likes. and Eric's just like, that sneaky bitch. And so they know like that she's getting the text messages that he's sending. And the lesbian chick, shit, I can't remember what her name is on the show. Danny, I think so. The one girl like in the crew of his friends is just like, dude, what's open to interpretation? Like, she just doesn't fucking like you. Just move on.
Yeah.
And so he eventually decides to just text out a mass text to multiple girls, and the first one that gets back to him, he's going to take. But the first person who gets back to him is the crazy chick. They go to the show. She's fucking just like a complete lunatic.
Yeah, they get there. She's
like filming all these weird things about herself.
She's just taking like weird like pictures, and she's doing like Cartman imitations.
Oh yeah, that's what it is. And she's vining and making him like record the vines and stuff. And then she steals somebody's jacket and gets caught.
Yeah,
thrown out of the show.
She's like, hey, give me that jacket over there. He's like, no, that's somebody's jacket. I don't...
Yeah, she's just like, wouldn't it be crazy if these are the fucking people that are like the shot girls.
Oh yeah,
where they're just like, let's do some shots. Oh my god, shot. And so you fucking, everybody knows these people. You might be one of these people. Those people seem like it doesn't matter if you hate them because they're always having more fun than you, no matter what they're doing anyway. So I guess more power to them. But
yeah,
but she takes it to another level, steals the jacket. He fucking just ditches her out. I don't know. I never had an experience like that with a girl.
No,
where they just went that crazy.
Yeah.
One time I did go into a bar in Austin, and I guess this lady thought she knew who I was. She came out of the bathroom and just grabbed me by the shirt and just started bitch slapping me across the face, just like over and over till they threw her out of the bar, and she eventually got arrested right outside the bar. She was just like, you motherfucker. I was like, why? What did I do? I don't even know you.
I never heard this story.
Yeah.
That's odd.
That was on 6th Street. Another like weird thing. It wasn't even like late. It was like the sun was still out. She was just already that wasted.
Yeah. No, I bet like these days with just like the amount of like crazy prescription pills, I bet there's so many just like crazy women. It just the way people date now. Like just meeting people on like Tinder or Instagram or
Grindr,
whatever.
Yeah.
Checking on a Vine video and picking up chick like I guarantee there's a lot of crazy situations going down.
Yeah. But this is the episode where he hooks back up, I think, at that show with the girl that he eventually becomes the love interest in the whole series.
You're right.
Or the whole season, rather.
Yeah. She, the chick that he starts off that the show just begins with him having sex with her.
Yeah.
They meet back up at that show, right?
Because she's a music promoter or something, right?
Yeah.
So she's promoting that band.
So they kind of hook back up, and then they're like hitting it off again. And then she's like, "Well, my boyfriend just came back from like Seattle."
Yeah.
And
right.
So he's like, "No, absence hurts.
Yeah.
I'm a disease." and so they kind of just like part ways, and he's like, "Man, fuck." But no, a fucking great episode. That's the episode 2 is probably my favorite of the season. But every episode has something in it that's just great.
Yeah,
the turtle line was great.
Because what happens with the turtle is Eric suggests that he text her a picture of a turtle climbing out of a briefcase, and he's like, she'll have to respond with like, why is that turtle in the suitcase or the briefcase or whatever.
It's just little like conversations like that make that show so good.
Yeah. And I actually did not see the this week's episode of fucking Gilmore Girls. Yeah. Thank God. I'm proposing that we binge watch the rest of the first season over the Thanksgiving break. Just do a wrap up next week when I get back.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm already there. Like I'm about at episode 22. No, there's only 21. I think I'm at episode like 18. I got like a few left.
Yeah.
Because today I was like going back to like rewatch the episode before we talked about it. But no, let's just knock out Gilmore Girls season 1. Had a buddy of mine, not gonna name names. He's been streaming with us, and he's like, "Look, bro, like I'm on season 3. I'm really into like Rory and Lorelai's story. It's getting pretty good."
I just don't see how that's possible. How you could just really be into it that much. You have to have just done it because you're just like too lazy to like change it or something, right? And it just starts the next episode.
Sometimes you get going on a show like that. I think it's easy to binge watch it
from the hour-long episodes.
Yeah, I can do that, no problem. I was watching some old Dawson's Creek the other day, like a holiday episode,
Christ.
And I was like, I was kind of thinking Gilmore Girls is better than this. This is really awful, but I remember like liking it when I watched it, back in the day. So, those cheesy shows are easy to get like sucked into.
Yeah. So if that person who wants to remain nameless, who's already on season 3. You got to send us in a voice memo to wrap up season 1 for next week.
Just wrap up the whole season in one voice memo.
Yeah.
Okay. So basically, what's happened? The biological dad has came back into town. Word is, it's looking like he's a scumbag. Maybe not a scumbag, but he's trying to like. It's just another dude like Lorelai's think about boning, and. Okay, she does end up boning him.
She bones the biological dad?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Dude, she's out of control. That's what it gets good in the next couple of episodes.
And so does Rory find out about it?
I think she knows, but she doesn't. Like, they don't talk about it because that'd be just too weird for network television. But like I said, this dude, he's like he goes to like buy Rory some books, and his like credit card gets declined. He's like, "Don't tell your mom, please."
Yeah.
And then like the townspeople, like everybody in Stars Hollow is just gossiping, and it's like, "Did you hear Rory's dad's credit card got declined at the bookstore?" And Rory's probably trying to buy some stupid ass book anyway.
Poetry.
Yeah. Jane Austen.
Yeah.
She talking about with Dean. Dean, his dumbass still running around. But yeah, let's just finish up the series. We'll talk about there's definitely gonna be like a cliffhanger or something. I'm hoping maybe somebody's pregnant or something.
Probably something like
Sookie
that.
is pregnant. Sookie's gonna pull it's gonna be like Scandal. Did you see Kerry Washington had like an abortion on Scandal?
No, I didn't see that.
Apparently I don't know what happened with that show, but she's like now like living in the White House as like the president's like girlfriend, I guess. And the president's like turns out to be he's pissing her off, and she just goes and has an abortion, just like walks out like a boss. Like it doesn't say she was ever pregnant. It doesn't say she had an abortion, but just like implies it, and everybody's like freaking out because they did it with Silent Night playing in the background.
Oh Jesus!
Like,
just really trying to up some like social media.
But she's like, dude, she's
hype.
just like she's not like sad about it. So they gotta make it like a real happy abortion. She's like solids, getting the abortion. So yeah, Kerry Washington causing a little controversy, and then the president's ex-wife like went and became a senator somehow. Like I said, I watched season 1 in like a half, so I don't know what the fuck happened. But now like the president's divorced, his wife became a senator, but I think she might be like a Democrat. Like,
and the president's like a Republican.
Yes.
Oh, okay, it's like a James Carville situation.
But yeah, they got divorced, and then she went and did this, and she like did the Wendy Davis, where she's filibustering something for Planned Parenthood.
Oh god,
It's yeah, and she's like has to like pee, and like Olivia Pope like helps her like go take a piss break, and she ends up like filibustering it. It's I don't know, I just read about it because I was like, oh, that's crazy. People having abortions.
there's no show, no political drama on television ever that hasn't involved some hardcore filibuster, and then being like, we found a way around the filibuster rules where you can like go get something to eat because you're diabetic or some shit.
It's weird because like you look back, like on the I Love Lucy show, they couldn't even show her being pregnant.
They couldn't even show them
and
in
now
the
they're
same
showing
fucking
like
bed.
now they're showing like a Kerry Washington like having like a happy abortion.
Yeah.
So it's like times have changed.
I remember when it was a big deal that they just showed some butts on NYPD Blue.
You remember they would just show the most pointless butts just because it was like they were breaking ground and be like,
and they said like damn on that show, and it was like, oh man, they showed that really ugly guy that's from like a Die Hard 2 who also was a star.
Dennis Franz.
Maybe he looks kind of like a busted ass Ron Jeremy. Like
Yeah,
Ron
that's
Jeremy's
Dennis Franz,
more attractive than him.
He was in the Goodbye Earl video.
His
Dixie Chicks.
His butt, yeah. His butt was like the main butt showing.
Wow,
It wasn't even Jimmy Smith. It's like
David Caruso. It was. I think David Caruso did show some butt.
they all showed their butts, but now you can watch Naked and Afraid, where it's like all actual just gaping buttholes like, open like the whole show. Have you seen that show?
It's the worst show.
I
ever.
love that show. That's a great show. Dude.
You like shit like that? People out in the wilderness surviving. You could just watch that all day.
Oh, just because I like Survivor. Okay, Survivor's nothing like that show.
I think that show is as fake as Survivor.
No, I don't think so. These people.
I like it when they're like arguing. It's weird.
That's every time because they have no food. And their genitals are like just getting eaten by mosquitoes like all day. Eventually, they're gonna like hate each other.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's move on to sports.
All right, the sports. You want to start off with some football talk? The Cincinnati Bengals. I think you called it that they're going to lose every game from here on out.
Yeah.
They're making that prediction true.
I mean, Arizona's good, so I'm not surprised that Arizona beat them. But I mean,
yeah, Arizona. I think Arizona's could maybe win a playoff game.
They have a legitimate shot, but Carson Palmer, he doesn't really win in the playoffs.
Yeah, I would probably say that.
I mean, has he ever even won a playoff game?
I don't know.
He never did in Cincinnati. I know that because he was under fucking Herm Edwards, and that motherfucker's never won. Not Herm Edwards.
Marvin Lewis,
and Marvin Lewis has never won a playoff game.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I don't know what his playoff record is. I do know that Tony Romo came back and won a game, and everybody's like, they're going to run the table and make the playoffs.
Oh my god!
They won one game. They got to win 8 in a row now
against a shitty ass Miami team. Miami's not even good. They're going to get fucking slaughtered by Carolina.
I think Cam Newton's going to put a fucking hurting on him. He's going to do the Superman pose multiple times. I'm calling that the over under being 2. I would Oh, on touchdown passes thrown, over under being 3. I'm going to take the over on that because I think he's going to throw 3 or 4, and I think he's going to run 1 or 2 in.
Yeah, he's gonna fucking have a field day. He's really in that sweet spot where he's the second best quarterback in the league right now behind Tom Brady.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, he's in like legit MVP talks.
Yeah, he should win the MVP.
But just Tom Brady will.
Don't fucking give it to Tom Brady. No. Just let Cam Cameron have it. I mean, Jesus Christ. Cam Newton, not Cam Cameron.
Cam Cameron, coach, maybe?
Yeah. Anyway, did you see Case Keenum get knocked unconscious?
That was sad. They try
to play again.
When your teammates pulling your limp body up, that's the referee should have called a timeout right there.
Supposedly, there is no rule for the referee. The referees can step in and make a player go off the field for an evaluation now. I think that's a new thing.
Yeah, this year, starting this year.
But that's only when there's head-to-head contact.
Yeah.
It doesn't count when they hit their head on the ground.
It has to be helmet to helmet.
That's what it is, helmet to helmet. Yeah,
they can but there's people on the sidelines that work for the NFL that can with a trainer came out and said 2 words to him, and then they put him back in the game. But there's people on the sidelines that can overrule it, and they can call a medical timeout from the sideline.
Yeah, which they obviously should have. It's very clear that he was knocked out.
They pulled him up, and his limp body's going up. He could have said. Then he gets up, and he eventually he runs a play, throws an incomplete pass, and comes and gets sacked because he doesn't see the guy coming because he's probably just seeing all kinds of shit.
Yeah, he fumbled it, and then the guy returned it for a 50-yard fucking touchdown.
When you're Casey, you just in that situation, you don't want Nick Foles to come in and
because you're just gonna lose your job. Yeah, you're definitely not ever getting another start. Probably already you're not getting another start anyway because you suck. But
it's the look of confusion on Nick Foles' face too that he wasn't getting put in the game. He's throwing the ball.
He started warming up immediately.
He ran over there, grabbed a football, started throwing it. He's like, that guy's out. And they were just like, no, it's cool. Stay in.
But yeah, the Cowboys, just the fucking hype where it's just they might actually make the play. They're not fucking gonna make the playoffs. No possible way they're making the playoffs. I'm calling that right now.
I don't think so. I wish they would just lose every game, get the number 2 pick or something.
Yeah, I don't
probably just get a new quarterback and put him behind Romo for a year or 2.
I mean, how likely do you think it is that Romo gets injured again before this season is over?
Probably about 95% chance.
Or they're just going to shut him down if they lose the next 2 games.
Did you see Peyton Manning came out and said that he's going to play next year for the Broncos or just any other team?
No.
Yeah, he said that. It was a couple hours before I came over here.
I know that they announced that he was benched this upcoming week for Brock Osweiler. So yeah. I was just well, if you're Peyton Manning, you might as well just go somewhere else and play if you're going to play. Yeah. I don't know why the fuck you'd want to play if you're him, but
exactly.
I think he's just throwing that threat out there so they feel obligated to play.
I heard that the Cleveland Browns wanted to make him an offer to just run the team.
Yeah, it's a whole bunch of front offices are after him. That's really smart because he would be a good front office guy. I think he fucking knows so much about football.
Yeah, you'd think, but
he could be as good as John Elway.
Yeah. Well, let's talk a little basketball because I've been really meaning to get into this. We got a voice memo from listener. Let's go to that.
Hey, Chance and Nabe, it's Carson Collins here. I have an NBA question for y'all. Realistically, what do you see happening first? A Golden State Warriors loss or a Philadelphia 76ers win?
Okay, this is actually a great question.
Yeah.
Because first off, my question is, when is Luke Walton going to be the coach of the Lakers? Because Luke Walton right now is just dominating. I think the 76ers will win a game before. I think that's easy because I think Jahlil Okafor is probably going to win Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
Maybe Karl Anthony Towns. He's pretty damn good too. But 76ers are going to win some games. They're going to go, if they get some good, a decent shooting guard and a decent point guard, they're going to be pretty legit. Golden State is just not going to lose. I watched them against the Bulls. Even when Curry's off, there's always somebody else to just step up. And Luke Walton does the same when there's it's between 8 minutes and 6 minutes left in the game. Is where he switches to the small lineup where Draymond Green is the center.
Yeah.
And he goes Iguodala, Barnes, Klay Thompson and Curry as the other four, and it's just fucking no one can stop it. They just are just like draining threes like crazy. It's like the games are always close, and then they end up winning by like 12 points just because Harrison Barnes goes and hits like 3 threes in a row.
Yeah.
Or if he's not shooting well, then Klay Thompson's shooting well.
They have just so many fucking perimeter weapons.
Like Iguodala is like their 5th or 6th best player.
Yeah.
He's pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
Like Bogut is like their 7th or 8th best player.
And every team in the NBA would want Bogut on their roster.
Definitely. Any center you're gonna want.
And he's like one of the better ones. I mean, he sucks in reality, but just on that team, you can't fucking double team underneath. And half the time he's just wide open because you have to double team somebody on the perimeter or you're just getting fucking killed on threes. I really feel like the Dallas Mavericks have built their team and are running their team right now specifically to try to combat what Golden State's doing in case they see him in the playoffs. I mean, they're not going to be able to do it, but that's what you have to do if you're the coach.
No, you just got to hope for Steph Curry to tear an ACL. I say it every week. That's every team in the West's hope right now. Because I think Golden State will win at least 20 before they lose a game.
I saw they have like the Lakers coming up in 2 games, so they're clearly going to win that one. And Philadelphia, I don't really know what their upcoming schedule is. You can't pull up ESPN on here because it's fucking just constantly pop-up videos making noise. But, Philadelphia will probably win like 10 games this season.
Yeah, no, I think more than 10. I think 8 is the record.
Do you think? Yeah. Do you think that Golden State's going to lose more than 10 games? That would be that means they would break the record.
I was talking last night. We were talking about this. Me and some buddies. I predicted between 70 and 74.
Yeah.
And I think 72 is the record.
That's the Bulls went 72-10.
Yeah, I like I said, I think they're gonna win 70.
And Steve Kerr was on that fucking team, I think, that went 72-10. Because I saw he was talking to his team about that, like, hey, we are on the verge of actually being the greatest basketball team ever. We're looking that dominant.
Yeah, fucking Luke Walton is just so lucky right now, just coaching this team, getting.
He's gonna get a head coaching job maybe before this year's up somewhere.
When
else.
is Kerr coming back?
I don't know why the fuck he hasn't come. He's got to be scared he's gonna lose his job.
Like just going with like the young guy, but Kerr is so young too. Like I was thinking, like Luke Walton can at least think maybe in 2 or 3 years. So I'm like, last year was Kerr's first year.
Yeah, he won a championship his first season with the first season coaching ever, right?
Yeah.
Because he GM'd for Phoenix.
Yeah, just destroyed that franchise. Came into the best situation ever. Just caught him when Curry was just at the top of his game.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think, like I said, I definitely think Philly will win a game before Golden State loses one.
Yeah, I'd have to say that too. Fucking Mavs lost a heartbreaker to Oklahoma City last night.
Yeah, I didn't get to watch any of that. That's the first game I haven't watched all season.
That's like the first game I have watched all the way through because it was started early enough. But it was really close. But then Wesley Matthews like fucked it up at the stupidest trying to draw a foul at the buzzer 3-pointer that would never ever get called. Like throw it up like, oh, I got fouled. And it's like they're not gonna fucking call that with like as time's expiring ever for any reason. He could have tied it up, but anyway, the Mavs are looking really good despite that loss, and they were right there. I mean, Kevin Durant was out. Russell Westbrook's just looking fucking just with the most ease ever, like dropping like 40 points on us.
Yeah, he's in fucking beast mode this season. They're saying that he's just like playing so hard, just trying to prove to Durant like he needs to stay. Yeah,
apparently there's a huge rift between them right now. And I know Kevin Durant came out and said, no, we're like brothers. It's like, yeah, brothers hate each other. It's family. That's normal for you to like fight with family members. But yeah, I don't see how anyone's going to beat Golden State. I just don't see how it's going to happen. Not right now, barring injury.
Yeah. It'll have to be like on a back-to-back night where maybe they're resting Curry or something.
They're not going to fucking rest anybody until they already have a couple losses in the bag.
Right. Yeah. I could definitely.
They're so young, they don't need to fucking rest anybody. That's the thing.
I think my theory was that like whenever Kerr's not going to come back till they lose, they definitely can't do that to Walton. So they're going to have to like catch him on that where they're Luke, we're going to have to rest like Clay and Stephen and Harrison Barnes and Green. So you can have the other guys for tonight. Just like make them lose.
Yeah.
Then Iguodala would just drop like 50. They'd still win.
Yeah, their bench is fucking ridiculously good.
Iguodala won the finals MVP. That's so crazy. Like,
yeah, that's kind of stupid, but
everybody was so equally good. It was just like, yeah, let's give it to this guy.
Yeah. Anything else on NBA? Are we going to wrap this mother up?
We can wrap it up. MexicanTrump.com.
Yeah.
I saw you were getting a lot of downloads.
No, I'm not getting any downloads. So I just put it up for free on there.
Oh, I thought whenever you put it up for free, you got a lot of downloads.
No, I couldn't figure out. So this was the problem. We talked about this a couple times. I can't figure out how to make it available for download for free.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I wanted to do. And I can't charge less than 99 cents on there. It just like actually won't let you. So what I did is I just put it actually on the website where you can just read it.
Oh, okay.
You can't do it there fully.
Okay.
Edited by your dad. He had some pretty good advice on that. He like read the whole thing out loud. It's like really embarrassing because your mom was sitting in the room. And he's like reading the part about Rosie O'Donnell like being a farty pig lady and shit. It was just like really, I felt really embarrassed that I had written these things. Like now they're being read back to me, and it's just caused a lot of shame for me. But
well, everybody check that out. Read that part.
Yeah. Check us out on Twitter at Chance and Nabe.
Yeah. Follow us. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Just go to the Chance and Nabe channel. You can see videos like this, probably like the last 5 or 6 episodes.
We thought like there are a lot more people were going to be watching us tonight because it's at night. It's not 9 o'clock.
I was actually like planning on like taking some calls tonight, like saying fuck it, let's try it. And thanks to Frederick Anderson for popping in, watching us on the Blab. Usually we have like 20 people watching.
Unfortunate turn of events, but
it didn't work out tonight.
You'll have to check it out on YouTube.
Hey, Frederick, follow us, motherfucker.
You better follow us, Frederick, cocksucker. Check out at BBQ Thug. We got down to some BBQ last week.
Oh man, we didn't even talk about that BBQ. And how was your stomach the next day?
It was fine, but I had an allergic reaction to like that food. And
anytime I've ever gone out to you, you've had like some kind of health issue afterwards, like doo-doo or like
I don't know what it was. I think a lot of times if I eat smoked foods, they're smoked with obviously like mesquite wood, which I'm highly allergic to. And my face has been puffed up for like 2 days. I have been on a steady diet of Benadryl, so I'm off the meat again.
Did you get that last Wingstop day?
No,
man,
I ate a Railhead though after that. Even my dad brought some Railhead to me and my wife, and it was like pretty good. It was about like on par. I felt like they were about the same.
Do you have rib? What would you have?
Ribs and brisket.
The ribs definitely weren't as good. Brisket was probably
brisket was a little bit better, and the ribs. I had so many ribs already. The place in Glen Rose was definitely third, and then the other two were like exactly the same. I felt like
I definitely rib wise I say Woody Creek. That's my view, but
I like somebody just joined.
Oh, hey, what's up, Brad? Yeah, come on in.
Too little, too late, Brad.
Yeah, at Chance and Nabe.
Check us out on YouTube. Check out my other podcast, State of the Marriage, at Podcast Marriage. Once again, MexicanTrump.com. Read all the fucking part 1 and part 2 for free there. Anything else?
No, that's gonna do it.
All right.